Day 6 in a year of living the warrior's way. Title of today's video: the work must be done whether you want to do it or not. What the hell has that got to do with today's video? Well, this morning in the UK it was pissing it down with rain, absolutely hammering it down, and I had to do a run, first training run for my spring marathon. And having not run for quite a while, I really didn't want to get out there. Didn't want to go in it. Didn't want to get wet. Didn't want to get cold. Didn't want to have problems on top of the inevitable pain that would come and the inevitable annoyance and all of the stuff that goes with running in pouring rain. But pulled my shoes on, pulled my stuff on and got out the door, because no matter what, that work, that training run, that first initial foray into the next 6 months of training that has to be done, had to be done. There was no getting out of it. There was no bullshitting myself. There was no trying to tell myself that it would be okay, I could start again the next day. No, I had made a pledge to myself that the run would be done, and it was done. Now, I've also been working on my fact maps for the next few months to try and finish this year strong. So I'm going to set myself an Impossible Games and a Future Games fact map, and I'm going to be working to see what I can do to get that sorted. Now, you may be saying, what the hell are fact maps? Well, you start with a foundational fact map in Wake Up Warrior, where you put down exactly where you are across the beings, across the 4 domains of body, being, balance, and business. And you say how your fitness is, you say how your connection is to your creator, whoever that may be that you call it, your connection with yourself, with your family, and with your spouse or your partner, and also your business, whether you're in debt, good, bad, indifferent. And that foundational fact map for me in the past has always been a very hard kick in the balls, because it really exposes me and humiliates me, makes me feel ashamed, no matter what situation I'm in. And there's good and there's bad to that, but the facts are the facts. You can't lie about them. They are what they are. You can interpret them, you can try and spin them, you can try and mix them up with all sorts of different things, but they are still facts. Now, the Impossible Games is a target that you set up, again, across the 4 domains, body, being, balance, and business, where you want to achieve something within a set period of time, and you set yourself an impossible game. And then the future fact map is the action plan to take you to that, based in different quarters, so that you can say, let's say for example, I want to run 100 miles, which I haven't done for a number of years, but let's say for example that was my impossible game. Then it would be, okay, what do I have to do first? Well, the first thing I have to do is get out running. Okay, that's a given. Then I've got to re-establish a fitness base. Then I've got to go further and longer. Then I've got to work on strength, work on conditioning, work on diet, work on stability, work on stretching, work on mobility, work on all of the different things that go with it. Plus, I've got to fit in time with family, I've got to fit in business, I've got to fit in money making, because I can't just run. It's not going to pay for anything. I'm not a good enough runner, not a good enough athlete to be able to do that. But that's just an example. So you have your foundation where you are, your impossible where you want to get to, and then the gap in between you set in 4 different quarter challenges. And that takes you to your impossible game. As long as you resonate with your impossible game, as long as it is something that's going to stretch you, as long as it's something that you really want to do, that you're focused on with it, relentless dedication, where you say, I will do this, I'm going to do this. And one of my downfalls in the past is I've often set these fact maps, especially impossible and future fact maps, because I think that they should be done, that I hallucinate it would be good to achieve these things. But what actually happens is I end up losing my way a couple of weeks in, couple of months in, and I fall off track. And then I say, oh, what's the bloody point? And then I just give up. And that has to stop, because giving up means that the work isn't being done, whether I want to or not. I just have to have that dedication, have to have that drive and that commitment. And I have to stop relying on willpower. I have to actually build and strengthen my why power. Why is it important? Why does it have to be done? Why will I not accept failure? If I can build that why power and that why strength, anything's possible. That's it for today.